Joining us once again on River City News, Michael Karlis from the San Antonio Current. Michael, we have a special session happening today on ICE purchasing a warehouse on the San Antonio's east side. Tell us, how did we get here?
Right, so last week an Atlanta-based company which owned this warehouse on the east side sold the warehouse for about $60 million to Immigration and Customs Enforcement with the intention of turning it into a not so much a detainment facility but a processing facility for detained migrants. Now this sale happened so quickly that the city was not notified that it was happening until much right before it happened, and this has sparked a couple boisterous public comment sessions. There's a lot of concern within the community. So, today we're having this meeting basically led by Councilman Jalen McKee Rodriguez about what action the city can actually take, if any.
And what could that be? What is the goal of this meeting? We've seen Jalen be vocal on social media trying to get people of the San Antonio community to try to not let this happen. Is there any actions or votes that could actually be taken to possibly stop this?
So to stop it from happening, my understanding is no, due to the Supremacy Clause, which basically states that if the federal government buys land in your community, local zoning codes and whatnot just does not apply. Well, now what's interesting about the memo outlined by McKee Rodriguez is they actually want to go after the vendors that do business with the detainment and processing center. So, some of these suggestions are, can we review or even revoke the city's business dealings with these vendors if they decide to do business with ICE and whatnot. And this is actually, it's already been a controversial issue, this memo, because, does the city really have the right to tell people I can't do business with you because you're doing business with the federal government? And, it's kind of like opening a can of worms.
Yeah. Mayor Jones has also previously said that she intends to work under state and federal law. How do you see this persuade her voting?
I'm glad you brought that up because I actually asked her office because her name was not on that memo, even though she's made a big point to talk about it. And she didn't submit it to the agenda either. City Manager Eric Walsh did. And when I reached out to her office about if there was any specific reason as to why she didn't do that, I didn't get a response.
All right. We'll see how that plays out, but we're going to shift gears here real quick. A second debate was had between Judge Peter Sakai and former Mayor Ron Nirenberg. What were the highlights of that debate that you could give for us?
There was one big highlight, and it's that Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai came out and said that he did not and never has supported Project Marvel, which was pretty bizarre. I mean, I almost thought Ron Nirenberg had seen a ghost because it was such a bizarre comment, because there were ads on social media when Prop A and Prop B were on the ballot of Sakai encouraging people to vote for it. So I don't know if it was a bout of amnesia or what, but yeah, that whole race isn't really making a lot of sense. They each have a lot of cash on hand, neither candidate's spending it. So they're not really having events, or they're not really doing mailers, they're not doing the text message thing that campaigns do. I don't know if they're both complacent or what, but that race just continues to puzzle me. Ron
Nirenberg has also shifted his strategy to pointing out Sakai's connection to Governor Abbott-backed organizations. Does this signal we'll be seeing more mud being slung the rest of the way?
Maybe, but once again, that story didn't really carry a ton of weight, didn't get a ton of attention, because the realtor PACs are notorious for backing whatever candidate they think will win. They donate to both parties. They do donate to Abbott, but now apparently they're donating to Sakai's campaign, and that might actually signal that the realtors in San Antonio, which are a very powerful lobbying group, may start to believe that Sakai will beat Nirenberg and will likely retain his seat as Bexar County Judge.
All right, something else that we're very thankful to have you here and keeping us updated on, Michael Karlis from the San Antonio Current. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm Atiana San Miguel. Thank you for watching our story. If you'd like to see more like it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to watch us weekday mornings at 7 and 11 a.m. on KCWX. Bye. See you on the next one.